Yo, what's up guys? Joker bringing you another video on Palworld. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to farm a lot of the most useful materials in the game, right? This is going to be things like the bone, the leather, the ore, the high quality pal oil, the pal fluid, also metal ingots, refined metal ingots, just pretty much everything that I find useful. It's not going to be every resource, but it's going to be a few of them. Yo, what is up, guys? Joker bringing you another video for Palworld. In this video, I'm going to be going over how to get a bunch of really useful materials in kind of a quick succession. It's not going to be all of them, but it's going to be a decent amount. If you guys want to see like how you farm the other half of the materials that I don't mention in this video, let me know in the comments and I'll definitely go ahead and throw that video up. But in this video, the main things that I'm going to be covering is ingots, refined ingots, pure quartz, coal, bones, pal fluid, leather, and high quality pal oil, as well as sulfur. I just realized I didn't grab any sulfur for the video. But yeah, let's pretty much get into it. Okay, so up first is going to be pal fluid, and we are going to come over here to the Gobfin territory, right? I believe that's what this area is called. Oh, Gobfin turf, right? Right next to the War Sect boss fight. And the reason why you're going to want to come here is probably like you can already see. There is an absolute ton of Gobfin here. And all of these Gobfin drop multiple PAL fluid, right? When you murder them, let me go ahead and kind of help him out. Now, you do have to be a decent level. My spawns are turned up a little bit, but it's literally only double. But you still are going to want to have a decent pal that has a decent amount of AoE to deal with these little fuckers because they all spam abilities super fast and they will literally stun lock your pals, right? But every one that you kill, you're going to be getting two pal fluid. So out of that little group that we just killed, we should have what, about 12? We only got 10 pal fluid out of that, right? And then there's literally a group of 3 over there. There's a group of 3 over there. There's a group of 3 over there. There's just so many of these fucking things in a such a small area that it's by far the best place that I have found to farm pal fluid. Anyone in the comments can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is like the best place that I've actually found to be able to farm pal fluid. And the good thing about pal fluid is you usually don't need a super ton. You could probably spend like 10 minutes here, farm a few hundred, and be good for a long while because you only need one pal fluid per set of 10 cement. So unless you're making literally thousands of cement, you're perfectly fine, right? Since I use this as essentially my main base, this is going to be the second place that I mention. It is going to be right here, right next to the desolate church, and this is going to be a fantastic spot for getting regular ingots, right? There's just so much ore that spawns here that this is probably one of the best just ore farming spots. There's going to be better farming spots for like ore and other stuff potentially, but this is probably the best spot for just raw ore, right? So once again, it's in pretty much the starting area almost, right next to the Pin King boss, up here at the desolate church. And as you can see, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5 ore stones that I have spawned in right now. Granted, I don't have anything mining it right now, but still, really good location for farming ore and even wood, because wood is useful to make charcoal, and charcoal is useful in carbon fiber, right? In case you don't know, you are able to go ahead and turn charcoal into carbon fiber instead of having to use coal, because coal is harder to get. Plus, you need it for the high quality ingots. So you're going to be wanting to churn coal into carbon fiber. So you're going to want a decent amount of wood. So you can set this up with some wood choppers and some ore miners, and you'll have a steady supply of not only carbon fiber, but regular metal. Up next, you're going to want to come over here to Mount Obsidian, right? It's on the west of the west side, lower west side, I guess, what, southwest of the map. And you are going to want to unlock this waystone in particularly, right? The Eternal Pyre Tower entrance waystone. And the reason for this is there's usually 3 or 4 sulfur stones that spawn literally right in front of the tower. So this is by far the best sulfur spawn that I have seen. I wouldn't recommend setting them up a base or anything around here because you once again you don't need sulfur for that much, but there is 4 stones. So every once in a while when you need sulfur, you can come here, mine these 4 rocks, get a few hundred, and then you'll be perfectly fine. Up next, we're teleporting back to the desolate church, right? And this mountain is just so many good for a number of reasons. The reason why we're coming back here right now in particularly is going to be because of these, right? Vixies are one of the creatures that drop bones and leather, as well as there is Rushor, I guess is how you would pronounce it, the little earth boar that also spawns in usually groups of 2 or 3. And the reason why you're going to want to kill him as well is because he is the other creature that goes ahead and not only drops leather and bones, but he drops food. And he drops a food that the raw Rushor meat can actually be turned into a dish that gives you a 10% attack boost. Where the hell are they? Did all of those Sparkets take over the spawns of the Rushors? I'll find one and then I'll show you the mill that you can actually make with the raw Rushor. Okay, so I looked around for a minute and I couldn't find any, but the source is trust me, bro, right? So this is what you get with the raw rush, or I hate that name. It's so fucking hard to say. It is an uncommon meal, but as you can see right there, eat to increase attack by 10% for a period of time. Now, I believe if you feed this to a creature, it does go ahead and increase their attack as well. Let's go ahead and test that real quick. My Anubis has 888 attack. Let us feed it a rush or bacon and eggs. And I believe it should have a higher. Yep. See, there we go. 976. So it did go ahead and give it that 10% attack boost. That is why you want to go to that mountain and farm the. Where are my gates? What the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out where literally all of my gates went later. But but yeah, so that's why you want to farm there for the leather, the bones, and the raw rush roar because you get a attack steroid. Up next is going to be a farming spot that a lot of people think is actually going to get nerfed, right? And it is going to be the refined ingot mountaintop. So the reason why it's called that is because this mountaintop right here, I guess the closest thing would be the sealed realm of the Guardian. Well, I guess it's almost in the middle, the sealed realm of the Guardian and sealed realm of the Swift right about here, just south of the ice mountain, right? And it is on this little mountaintop. Reason why this is so good is because not only does it have 4 coal spawns, it has 4 ore spawns as well. So it allows you to sustain refined metal ingots super, super, super easily, right? I've literally just had this set up for maybe an hour, and I'm gonna take it down here pretty soon because I don't need it much more after this, after I get all my machines up. But yeah, it's a really, really good farming spot for refined ingots, the best in the game actually, because it's the only spot that you can actually farm two material. Well, I guess three because you can farm the wood as well. Three materials at the same time at super high qualities. Up next, we have high quality PAL fluid, right? And by far the best spot that I have found to farm this is going to be in this desert by this Anubis boss fight. The reason why it's the best spot, in my opinion, is because not only are you able to farm one creature, you're able to farm multiple, right? This desert has both Digtoise and Mud, and both of these creatures drop high quality PAL fluid. In my opinion, it is better than trying to find and farm Memorist because Memorist do drop more in raw quantity, but they don't appear in packs. Memorist usually always appear alone unless you have your PAL capacity set to three, where essentially where there's a spawn of one, it's a spawn of three instead. I have spawns doubled, right? And I have, ooh, shiny. I'm going to try to catch that. Okay. So that thing better not. How am I going to catch this? This thing's going to fucking explode. How am I going to do this? Please do not go explode on him. I need this one. You, give me your attention. I'm just going to shoot it in the face. Oh, please don't hyper beam me. Okay, no, not hyper beam. Just shoot it a bunch. Please don't. Please don't get aggro on anything else. I should only have to. Nope. Fuck off. Hey! Okay, so that was totally not the point of this area, but let's go ahead and find the mud. So these toucans are also super fucking dope, right? Because they drop gunpowder. So as my shadow beak here just goes ahead and murders them, please. Or you know what? Just fucking stare at them. That's cool too. But there we go. As you can see, gunpowder. Only downside is they like to try to explode in your face. For some reason, I swear their explosion does not do as the B guard, but it does do 99999. Okay, so all the spawns here are kind of fucked up because there's too many toucans because I was just here for, well, no, that shouldn't have mattered, but I'll go ahead and kill the mud. And as you can see, we get high quality POW fluid and raw mud. Once again, you're able to farm multiple things, not only food, but high quality POW fluid and gunpowder. Oh, hey, and there's also Memorist that spawn here. I totally forgot about that. So while you're making your laps, every time that you see Memorist, just go ahead and murder them, dude. Oh, one more thing super quick. This spot does also have one of the, if not the best spot to just farm raw coal, right? Remember how I said that everyone thinks that this is going to get nerfed because you're able to get ore and coal? This, in my opinion, is the best spot to get just coal because you could set up a base literally right here, and these 6 coal rocks are going to spawn regularly. And you'd want to be able to quick teleport here anyways for the high quality pal oil as well. And the last spot that I want to show off is going to be up here in the land of the land of absolute zero. There's a perfect mining spot for pure quartz. Once again, you can set up a base here. The waystone is just close enough, in my opinion, that you really don't have to because you don't need a super ton of pure quartz. Like you need some, but you could literally just do like fucking 30 minutes of pure quartz farming and you're gonna have enough, especially if you're not just purely crafting, right? So the spot is right down here over this cliff. I believe it's right there. Yeah, you see it? Where there is just what, like 8 pure quartz spots. So once again, it is going to be directly south of the land of absolute zero waystone. And this is also a super end game area, as you can see, because there is literally a legendary right there. So you're going to want to be careful, especially if you are lower level. It can be quite scary because, as you can see with the Mamorist right there, the mobs here are really high level, but you don't need pure quartz until you're at in the game, anyways. So I'm going to be wrapping up the video here. Hopefully, it helped. Hopefully, you're able to go ahead and get all the crafting materials you need. There's still a handful of other crafting materials that I haven't gone over in this video. I'll definitely make a part two if it is requested for like everything else, like the organs, the best places I know to farm them, some of the other niche stuff that you use for crafting. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay up to date with this and future content. And until next time, take care.